Noisy Pixel.
What's up, nerds? This is your host, Mark DeMatti, presenting Noisy Pixel's Top 5 Ys games. Despite its niche nature, the Ys series has numerous stellar installments, and personally, there are 5 games in particular that really stand out above the rest. With that said, let's take a look at our number 5 pick, Ys 8, Lacrimosa of Dana. Ys 8 really propelled the series' popularity in the West, and is considered by many to be the apex of the franchise as a whole. While it is not nearly as magnificent in my eyes, I still consider it to be one of the best JRPGs of our generation. It focuses on Adol and other castaways trying to survive and hopefully escape the treacherous Isle of Siren. In the process, however, they end up facing some rather significant historical peril. This title features the third implementation of the party combat system, which utilizes several playable characters rather than just Adol. Combat in this title is not only cyclically addicting and satisfying to throw yourself into, but it is also quite beginner friendly due to the simplicity of the mechanics and the depth players can employ. The soundtrack is easily one of the series' best with its wide array of masterful ambiance and intensity accompanying it. The narrative is more self-contained than the norm for the series too, making it a fantastic entry for both veterans and newcomers. Taking the 4th place trophy, we have Ys, the Oath in Felgana. Ys, the Oath in Felgana is a cult classic that shines with brilliant boss design and heartfelt narrative. After Adol's adventure in Celceta, the red-haired adventurer and his right-hand man, Dogi, find themselves in the latter's hometown, Redmont. Unfortunately though, monsters are roaming the land, and one of Dogi's childhood friends, Chester, is up to questionable deeds. Oath in Felgana utilizes the Napishtem engine for combat, which consists of Adol being on his lonesome battling challenging foes with limited tools. Combat in this title, especially on the higher difficulties, requires patience and mastery of the mechanics. The bosses require intensive reading of telegraphs and patterns in order to best as well, making each encounter feel threatening and a true test for the adept. Oath in Felgana is a vital component of the Ys series that any action JRPG fan seeking a challenge should try. Striking in at a worthy 3rd place, we have Ys 7. Ys 7 may not have aged the best graphically, but it is one of the most thrilling titles of the franchise. It tells an engaging and heart-throbbing narrative fraught with a cataclysmic peril and ancient legends. Adol and Dogi find themselves in the land of Altago, where they end up on an adventure to uncover the secrets of the land, such as the mysterious 5 great dragons. The soundtrack is my personal favorite of the franchise, with it having an impressively varied lineup from exceptional battle and field tracks to soothing and tranquil town themes. Despite being the first implementation of the party combat system, the combat has just the right amount of weight to make each swing of the sword and fist feel impactful and satisfying. It is also arguably the most difficult of the party combat titles due to its lengthy boss fights and not nearly as spammable skill usage. Ys 7 may not be everyone's cup of tea, but personally speaking, it excels at feeling like a thrilling adventure first and foremost. Unfortunately, but also fortunately, because 2nd place is cool, I guess. Ys 9, Monstrum Nox, is gonna take it. Ys 9 is the latest title in the franchise, and it just recently hit the Western market. With this title being the latest in the series timeline, Adol is now a seasoned adventurer at the age of 24. He and Dogi find themselves in the prison city of Balduck, which has dark secrets abound, such as the Grimwald Nox, the existences of the Monstrums, and more. This game's story is more of a personal one for Adol, and references past titles more than ever before. Still, it does tell a self-contained narrative that is arguably the apex of the series as a whole. The design of Balduck is unprecedented for what the series has done thus far, boasting stellar verticality, and dungeons that are not solely straight hallways. The combat is more refined versions of 8's combat, and while it does lack the weight of Ys 7's swings, the speed and maneuverability presented within the combative scenarios is jaw-dropping. Ys 9 is a title that appeals more to fans than newcomers, but any action JRPG fan can enjoy the majesty this title has to offer. I'm not sure who predicted the winner on this one, but for all you people out there, the winner of the top 5 Ys game video is Ys Origin. This may seem like an odd choice, but Ys Origin is easily my personal favorite title of the franchise. It acts as a prequel to the series, taking place hundreds of years prior to Ys 1. Players choose between 3 protagonists who all have their own separate stories within the fabled Devil's Tower. While exploring an identical setting as multiple characters sounds burdensome, it is in fact the complete opposite. The design of Ys Origin is masterful from its seamless organic puzzles to its superb boss battles. This title is the last to have utilized the Napishtim engine and is the apex of it. The characterization and storytelling are the most personal the series has to offer, making the treks up the tower worthwhile each time. The soundtrack is also one of the best in the franchise. While not housing a particularly large degree of tracks, each song is addicting to listen to over and over. Speaking of addicting, Ys Origin never gets old. As stated earlier, the area design is organic and rarely ever feels burdensome or taxing. It is a game I can pick up and have fun playing anytime. While I can't say Origin is the best entry from a critical lens, it's definitely my favorite on a personal level. It excels at everything the Ys series has to offer from a mechanical and storytelling standpoint, and I always find myself smiling whenever picking it back up. And that's all, nerds, for this episode of Noisy Pixels Top Lists, where we rank our top 5 Ys games. Thank you for watching all the way through. We appreciate you. Noisy Pixel is a group of gamers who work hard to deliver news, reviews, previews, and more. Please subscribe to keep up with all of our future content. See ya, nerds.